So you guys have probably all heard the saying, in order to have a $1 billion business, you need a $1 billion idea. Well, that's not what I'm going to give you today, but I'm going to give you the first step in creating that business, and that is choosing what type of business ownership. There are three basic types, and the first type we're going to talk about is sole proprietorship. That means there's one owner, and that owner, first off, it's very easy to start a sole proprietorship because there's not very much paperwork, maybe just legal contracts for the area that you're going to work in, but otherwise very basic, so that's why it's popular. And the business and the owner are one. They're not separate entities, so any gains that the business gets going to go to the owner, but on the opposite side, if the company is losing money, then that's going to hurt the owner himself. Say there's a lawsuit against the company that's worth more than what the company has, that owner has to somehow figure out how to get it out of pocket. And it's really hard to obtain capital funding with a sole proprietorship because you can't sell stock, and if you're going to take out a big bank loan, that's risky because, again, it's on the owner. Next up is partnership. There are two or more owners in a partnership, and there are two basic types of partnerships. First type is general partnership, and that's basically like a sole proprietorship except with two owners. Both owners have a lot of liability in the company, and they are connected with the company too. But then you get to the limited liability partnership, and that is there's one owner who completely runs the organization, has all of his assets and everything in the company, but then there's another partner who invests in the company, so he's a partner, but the only liability he has in the company is that initial investment. He'll get gains, a small amount, or whatever is agreed upon, and that's complicated because you have to come up with an agreement and file the necessary paperwork. And HP is a great example of a partnership because they actually flipped a coin to decide who would get the first last name in the title. Lastly, the corporation, that's most of the companies that you guys have heard of. They're owned by the stockholders, and so that's why it's easy to get capital because they can sell stock. And also the owners aren't liable. The only thing they're liable for are what they invested in the stock. But on the bad side though, they don't really have a say. They may get to vote, but they don't really have a say in day-to-day operations of the company. And so, to conclude, taxation. So this is where it gets kind of tricky. The sole proprietorship, the general partnership, and the limited liability partnership, they're only taxed one time because the income is going to the owner's personal income, so it's taxed as a personal income. In a corporation, it's taxed twice. The corporation's net income is taxed, and then whatever dividends, which is the gains you earn at the end, that's also going to be taxed on your personal income, so it's double taxed. Like I said, I don't have the $1 billion idea, that's up to you, but you can't overlook what type of corporation or business that you want to run. You can start as a small sole proprietorship like eBay and move up as you succeed into a corporation, but at first you got to figure out what would be best for you. Thanks.